Alright, CSS battle time, and we have thing. I don't know, curvy, sweepy, sort of. What is that? I can never think of a name. Naming things is hard. Alright, so I mean, essentially what we have is, I mean, this upper part of the curve, I think, is really all the shape is. You know, and I think the overlap here will fill in. So we just need to make two opposing curves like that. And I think border would be the way to do that. But which border? I can do it with a radial gradient real easy. But I'd have to set a background too. I'd have to set two backgrounds because I'd want the radial gradient to be transparent and then transparent, unless I change that. Yeah, and I'd have to write two radial gradients essentially to accomplish this look. So let's just see what it looks like with the background of, you know, we could actually do this all in the HTML. We'd write two radial gradients that way though. And they're long gradients because it's 3 color stops. Alright, let's stick with my original plan. We'll have the HTML have just a normal background. Oh, I can't write a second background on the HTML. Okay, so I do have to write two backgrounds. Yeah, it's two backgrounds either way. So let's just stack our radial gradient on top. It's going to be 1Q, and then it's going to be transparent for, let's just say 50 pixels for now. I'm not sure that's the right shape, or yeah, we'll figure out dimensions in a minute. Let's go 100. Oh, we need to put a 0 here. And then we need to go back to transparent, and that should be it. Okay. We're going to actually set this at 100% or 100%, 100%, something like that. And then we move it. I wonder if bottom right, no, bottom right won't be shorter. You can say bottom right as well, but that's not going to be shorter than this. 100 pixels by 100. All right, let's get it moved down 2 by 2, somewhere in there. 220. We want, okay, yeah, actually that's what I want to do. I want to put it at the bottom corner. 250 by 200. That looks great. Now we can start increasing, let's increase this radius up. 150. Oh yeah, as I increase that one, it's going to move that bottom corner. So I'll need to be moving this accordingly. Okay, we're more than 150. Let's say 200. Oops. 200. That's too much. That's too much too. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. All right, let's leave it at 150. Let's up this one. All right. I think what I need to do, I'm going about this wrong. There we go. We need to get to that radius. So we have our inner circle done. Now it'll be easy to change this one. It's more like 200. Good. So 100 across. Our border would be 100. We know that much. And then what we're going to do, okay, I know what to do. We're gonna do dash dash B, oh, no, we'll put it in root. That's right. We're going to take this. We're going to stick it in there. But then we have to say, you know, var. Okay, good. And then here we can say background is var B. And if we go margin 0, oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. If I do it this way, yeah, we have to say plus star. We have to select the body. We have to say margin 0. And we have to do scale -1. 1, -1. Wrong way. -1, 1. There we go. Submit. Let's see if this works. Sometimes with a radius as big as 200, the radial gradient doesn't work out. Okay, 195 for that. It has its warts, you know. We got there. Let's reduce some of these down. 300 is going to be 100 VH. That doesn't help me, but it is will percentages work? Maybe. No, they do not work. All right, let's get our unit golf going. 375 VW. Okay, good. I didn't want to do that math. Okay, 250. What are we at with 250? Nothing. Okay. I'll respect that. 200 we know is 50 VW. 100 is 25. And that's good. Okay. $158 for a radial gradient solution. I think I was quick enough there. I can chase a border solution. I'm not fully sure. I'm gonna have to do some figuring on these borders. I've had issues before, so let's just see how I do. We know we're gonna do a background of the yellow. Now we're gonna do, let's just start with a border top, and we're gonna say 100 pixels solid, and it's gonna be blue. All right, so we have that there. Now let's throw a border radius on here. Border radius, let's say 50%, and that's what we get. Let's say 5 inch. Okay, so that's what happens when we just have a one border. It comes down to a narrow point. I think what we need to do is we're going to do a border. We're going to do 100 pixels solid, and we're going to do the blue, right? Not blue here. We're going to actually call it transparent. And then we go border top. Yeah, I spelled that right. Pick one side or something and make it blue. Can I just do that? Can I just overwrite the color? Not when I overwrite it there. No, you have to, we'd have to declare color. All right, so now that's what that looks like. Let's put a border radius on it. Let's look at the different values. Okay, a lot closer there. That's a quarter turn, right? So then if we rotate, which I hate doing, yeah, no, it can be 45 degrees. Is that pretty much what we need? Oh, we need to, it needs to be size smaller. We need margin in here too. Ooh. Ugh, I'm not liking this, let me tell you guys. So we'll have to margin this into place. Oh boy. All right. No, we will get whatchamacallit, expansion. It will like overflow. So the HTML we're moving around right now, it's gonna move pretty easy. It's just the body that I foresee issues. 101, 99. Oof. What is not? Where is it? It's too far. Okay, okay, it's too far. Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why. 40. It's not moving anywhere. And oh, I wonder if I need to do. Oh no, it needs to be like 40 on the top and bottom as well. 40 on the bottom, right? Why is it only that big? Oh, because I'm dealing with a whole extra corner of border. So we actually need to be like negative 40. I see, I see, I see. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like this solution already. I feel like I'm already gonna be more. But I mean, once I get this set, I wonder if I do outline. I can't change specific things on outline, I don't think. Border top, you know, like border top color. I don't think outline lets you select specific colors. All right. This isn't working great. And I think what I might actually do, instead of doing solid, let's do dashed. And let's make it all the same color. Let's get rid of our weird margins and our rotate. Oh, that was the other problem. I had a rotate on there and I was trying to move it. That's never good. Yeah. I expected 4 dashes. Not gonna lie, I really did. So this is intriguing. Okay, but I think we can work with it. So if we margin, say 40 on the top, whoa, that is fascinating. I had no idea that was going to happen. All right, native 50. I think that's just hilarious. Native 100. All right, so I wonder if, because like you look at this one over here, we're almost to the right shape. So is there a manipulation that we can do? If I don't get this very soon, I think what I'll do is oof. Okay, okay. We're almost to it. Wow. Okay, this is so weird. Okay, so if I pull it further to, that's the left is pushing it over, so if I pull this more, it's not going to make the full turn on the dashed. It's not coming full quarter. Alright, I feel like I'm just approaching this wrong. Let's go back to a border solid. Got this nice little border here. What if I manipulate this, then make it transparent? That might make it a lot easier. So, oops, let's margin it in place. Because with the full circle, if I get it lined up with, you know, one of these things, whichever one it is, I don't care. If I get it lined up properly, even if I rotate it, it should be still, it's a circle, so it should be, you know, in line anyways. My margins will be wrong though. Let's burn that bridge when you get to it. Okay, 40 there. Negative 100 on that. Let's say negative 100 on the bottom, and let's say 100 on the sides. All right, let's move it down more. 50. Almost there. This is the tricky part, is figuring out how to manipulate, you know, make it the right size. There we go. Now, should this one be negative 140? No, because it is not quite the same. Oof, this is tough. Yeah, it's not the same dimensions that way. So to make a perfect circle, I think that's pretty good. I think that'll do it. So now if we do transparent borders, I'm not guessing as to where everything else is. And then we go border. We did top before, but I wonder if, you know, because it's the shortest one. Oh, border left color. Now we're rotating it. So I wonder if I could do border block. Leave the color in, and then it's like if we rotate it negative 45, right? Would the bottom one be off screen? You know, then I don't have to do that color thing. Let's say border block. I probably should just get this working and then do fancy things, you know? But nope, doesn't work. Let's just back it up. Border left color. Let's do this. Okay. Now, when we rotate, we're all happy. No, we're not. Crap. On a cracker. I don't like moving things that are rotated. Nothing's. Oh, oh, oh! Don't touch it. Didn't expect it to be that easy. All right. Let's go margin 0 on the body just before I do change this over. Okay, so it is contained inside there. So if we do a negative 100, oops, excellent. But it needs a background of nothing, or else its borders are going to All right, easy enough. Let's spin this off into its own little selector there, so the body does not pick up that background. All right, now let's figure out our, we don't want to rotate, we want to scale -1. Okay, so it's exactly that way. Let me outline this so I can figure out exactly which way it's moving. Just take that off for the moment. Okay, so it has the exact same dimensions as our HTML. We need, but it's rotated further along. So when I do scale -1, there's a lot of things moving here. It's not just a rotate. We do need to scale -1. And then we need a rotate. It needs to be in a different place. Okay, let's take the scale off. I actually want the body to be, I want it to flip. So the scale -1 flips it, but what we're doing is we're not flipping it in place, we're flipping it over from the middle. The middle is our transfer, the middle of the HTML is the transfer point. So this margin actually needs to be adjusted. Oh, gosh. And it's on a 45. We're at 248. So I do think a scale -1 is needed. If we reduce, are we shorter than that radial gradient solution? Like as it stands right now. Let's see, we don't have much in the way of extra numbers. I'm leaving a couple extra spaces in there. I just want to see if we're close. Because I think all I have, 159. So I was at 158. I still have to do a bunch of margin. I can take 2 spaces off of here and a couple characters. So I can take like 3 characters off of this, but I'm adding more than that to make this work. I have to get the margin right. A WebKit box reflect won't do it because it'll have the background. Okay, where do I need to move the body over to the left. I wonder if I should do this, you know, I should do this. I should do this with both circles and then add the border left color. I'm going long doing it this way. I know I am, but I kind of want to just like chase this all the way out. Okay, so our body is here. Let's outline it so we don't get, again, you know, just so I don't. Let's take the scale -1 out of this. Okay, there's our body. So -100 pulls it out in all directions. So we need that as a minimum for everything. Top and bottom should just be that. We've got to rotate on here. Let's actually space these out so that I can get rid of the rotate. Okay. -100. Now let's see, we're going to do the right first. So right means, right now I set up the HTML be that curve up to the top right. I want this one to be top left. So I want this to be positive. And negative 100 on the bottom, and this to be negative. Nope, 100 there. Does it need to be more than that? 300. Oh, wow. Okay. That landed. All right, let's get rid of this outline. We don't need it. Let's... Did I do border left? I don't know. I don't remember anymore. It's going to be a mess either way. Let's just get this to work. And there's going to be some combination that's shorter. Okay. When we do the rotate, they go the wrong direction. So we throw in a negative. Oh, I think what's happening is because I did the 45 degrees, our HTML is just fine with the rotation, but our body, now its margins are just completely out of whack. So 150 and... Oh boy, yeah, I don't even know what direction it needs to be moving in. And then it's got to change in degrees too. Okay, I think I'm good with saying I don't like this solution. I'm happy with my other one now. I thought it was bad, but let's just go with that. Yeah, this is great. There's got to be ways to clean this up, but I'm gonna just leave it here. That was a lot of fun. I liked exploring it, and we got some weird shapes with the border dashed. That was strange. Interesting. Got to remember that. All right. I hope you're having a good whatever. Hope you're doing good. Having fun with this. I'll catch you later.